Thank you to EA for providing access to the Riviera Retreat kit. Welcome back to another Sims 4 speed build. Today we are building in the beautiful tropical world of Solani in The Sims 4, and we are building on this lot located here, which is a 40 by 30 lot. Today we are building Paradise Palms, which is an ultra-modern luxury beach home. I wanted to use a mixture of island living items along with the new Riviera Retreat kit as well, mainly for the pool items. We use the Grotto waterfalls and all that stuff. Something interesting about this house, and I based it on an inspiration photo that I saw online, was that the house was built on stilts, but it still had like different parts of it that kind of touched the ground. So that's kind of what we're doing here. The house is pretty much fully on stilts except for little bits here and there. Like the chimney, for one, I felt like, having that floating is kind of weird. And then the house also has loads of windows. I used eco lifestyle windows and doors, mainly because the island living ones, I just didn't like them. So we didn't use those. And then in the house, when we get inside, I did use like island living flooring for quite a bit, but I do end up changing that as well. I was just trying to decide on a railing because my inspiration photo did not, we didn't have a railing that matched even in the slightest. So I was using that one. I believe that one's from City Living, but I do change that out for glass from Get Together, I believe. Later on in the video, but we're just kind of fixing up the exterior here with some exterior details. The accent colors are kind of like orangey wood and black, basically. We use this island living wood paneling wallpaper on different bits of the house, and then the house, originally I was going to try and go with like a whitish gray on the exterior, but I thought black is like perfect because it makes the windows pop. We have the chimney in the island living stone, which I think is really beautiful. And then I carried in the wood from the exterior on the interior for the accent walls. Trying to figure out the stairs here. I wanted it to be 3 tiles wide to fit in that space, and it was being weird doing it inside, so I kept moving it outside. And then I come back and change the color, and it was being weird again. So I had to redo it a couple times in the stairs, but this will become the kitchen and the dining room on this end of the house. The small room that you see at the bottom there, or now at the top, is an appliance closet. So I didn't put any appliances apart from the stove and sink in the kitchen. Things like the refrigerator, a microwave, stand mixer, dishwasher, trash can, they're all tucked in the little closet thing off the kitchen. I just thought that was kind of nice because I wanted the kitchen to be very minimal and not really have a lot of clutter with appliances and stuff. I did put this eco lifestyle fencing up around the pool, but we do go back and remove that, and I just decided no fence. I was actually disappointed because there's no gate that matches this nice tall fence, so I kind of made my own with little pieces of the fencing there, but yeah, we just take it away anyway towards the end. Doing some pavers now, kind of connecting up the spots, but I don't do one to the main front of the lot. We just kind of connect that with some stone pavers, which came from the Riviera Retreat kit. So yeah, here we go. I'm trying to change the color of the stairs, and it just kept saying OP generation failed. It was very strange. So I basically had to build the staircase on the outside of the build for quite a few times, because I come back and do black again, I think, because I made it this light color. It's like a whitish color, but then it wouldn't let me put railings on it either, so I just ended up putting a railing at the top, which isn't very safe, but it is The Sims, so we're okay there. We don't necessarily need to have a railing on the staircase, but it was just strange how I couldn't put any kind of railing. It gave me the same OP generation failed, and I'm like, this is annoying. So we're just gonna leave it as is. We used the get-together fireplace with the firewood stacked along the bottom, and I'm doing some accent columns to kind of act like edging on the open areas there. This little 3 tile room there in the main support of the house becomes a small powder room off the hallway. There's a main bathroom on the first floor down here with like a full bath. And then upstairs we have 2 bedrooms and a bathroom off the primary bedroom. I use the Book Nook furnishings here, kind of a mixture. We have mainly Book Nook, and then I think some other pieces of furniture, Eco Lifestyle for one. And this table, I really liked how it was pretty close to the wood tone, but I do come back and change it later to a white because I feel like it just, I don't know, like the more I looked at it as I was coming back through, it just didn't really match with any of the other furnishings. And then I was using Tool to kind of resize the lamp a little bit because it was clipping into the picture frame, which was like, okay, that's nice. So I did like the lamp though. I believe the lamp is from City Living, but it has this like really cool like texture on the base of the lamp, which is just nice. It has a very tropical beach kind of feel to the lamp, even though it's totally not. We're now working on the main floor bathroom. And I use the Home Chef Hustle like floating cabinetry here to build like a custom vanity. And then I use the Growing Together shower and tub combo down here. And then we use a Spa Day lighted mirror. I was thinking about trying to fit another type of mirror in there, but then I'm like, no. Although I did just realize I could have turned the longer Spa Day mirror sideways with Tool. That would have probably looked pretty cool. I'll have to try that sometime. Just throwing that out there. Doing some clutter, kind of make it look like one big vanity piece. So I used the shelf from Dream Home Decorator to be able to place the items with Move Objects. And then I'm like, oh, I should add this. And then I already got rid of the shelf and everything. So I had to go back and do it again. But no big deal there. Now we are onto the kitchen. This is the Home Chef kitchen. So we have this beautiful island here. I do come back and take the end pieces off because I wanted the waterfall countertop edge, and then using Move Objects, they kind of just tuck in. There's a little bit of a glitch on the front there. You can see like the one cabinet clipping into the other, but I just kind of ignored that. I kind of like thought it was like some kind of like white door piece from afar, if you want to think of it that way. That's kind of how I did it. Like that little like cubby there would close, but the door was kind of left open a little bit, if that makes sense. So yeah, it's not too bad. I don't believe I ended up putting a light over this island just because I couldn't find one that I really liked. None of them really fit the style I was going for, so we don't really need to have a light over the island. It's all right. It looks nice without it. There's plenty of lighting. We do a kettle from For Rent, which I did try not to use for rent, but then I realized, oh, I used the kettle. Oh, and then there's this wall shelf thing that I used too. So I guess I could have used more For Rent items in this build, but I didn't. We have the fruit bowl. This is that For Rent item with the shelving. I just sized it down a little bit to make it a little smaller because I feel like when it's at normal size, it kind of looks a little bit like blurry or stretched. So sizing it down actually looked nicer and it fit in that little corner just quite nice. I didn't want any kind of cabinetry or anything. Again, it was supposed to be a very minimal kitchen, minimal clutter, and basically capturing the views of paradise outside those windows there. Oh yeah, and that For Rent potted plant, the little like palm tree there. Yeah, that's it too. We're trying to place plates here now, which I'd use the Dream Home Decorator shelf once again to kind of get the plates to snap onto that shelf because the shelf was a different size. So it was kind of like floating. Yeah, so all fun stuff. But the kitchen is pretty much done. We do add a small little runner rug there, which I believe is just a base game rug. And then I do come back and add a potted plant over by the windows, but that's about it. The dining table is now going in. We do put a light over the dining table, only because I thought that was important, and since we didn't have one over the island. And then I do this custom like built-in function using Dream Home Decorator cabinets again. I know the wood tones don't match, like the dining room table is a bit more orangey, but I think it still works together quite nice. I did try placing some plants and stuff up here, but they were floating, which kind of bugged me. So back with the Dream Home Decorator shelf, and I thought, instead of using it to like snap the items to the top of that, why don't I just create like custom corners? So I kind of tuck them into the wall a little bit to make it look like the cubes are like sticking up, but it actually, like the wood tones match pretty well. So I think it looks pretty cool. It's like a unique little dining room feature, I guess. But then we have glass on the other side, so there's not really a need for anything else. That white trash can you just saw me place in the little like kitchen appliance closet was actually one of the like bonus login rewards, which actually is like a new money trash can that will give your Sims money. I was fortunate to be able to snag that one because I'm like, oh, it's so nice to have a new trash can. But that whole system, I don't really want to get too much into it, but I did fill out the survey. There's a survey on the main menu of the game, which asks you all about the login event and kind of what you think about it. Do you like it? Do you not like it? So I did fill that in. I'm kind of indifferent to it. Like, I like the items, and I wrote this in the survey as well. Like, I like the items that they're giving away as for the login event. However, I would much prefer to be able to select the items I want. Like, for example, if I log in one day, I can pick whatever item I want from the list to redeem. And then I have to wait a day to select the next one. But I have, like, I can pick and choose is kind of what I said in the survey. I would rather that because there are some items that they're offering that I don't really care for, like the Create a Sim hair, for example. Like, I don't want that because I'm a builder. I just want the new objects, like the trash can and the vending machine and stuff like that. But for those that like Cass or would prefer the hair, they could pick those items. So that is the feedback I left, but I said I was kind of indifferent to it. So I didn't really I don't know. I think the other thing was the timing could have been a little better. Like, for example, like right now, it's the start of summer, school's finishing. There were finals going on, graduation parties, vacations. Everybody goes on vacation at this point, or, during the summer. So like, I don't know, timing is just a little weird too. But the fact is, like, I only have like 4 items out of the entire list. And there's like 10 days left, according to the countdown in the like where you can redeem the items. It tells you like how much is left for the event. So I doubt I'm going to be able to get all the items anyway, which is a little frustrating. But that's the other thing is too, is like once they're gone, you just won't be able to get them again. You know what I mean? So I don't know if they're going to patch them in or what. I mean, technically they're already in the game, and yes, you can grab them from the Sims 4 gallery. Like, people have like redeemed them and uploaded them in like rooms and stuff. Or if they're included in builds, like, you obviously have them there, but like you won't find them in the catalog, if that makes sense, to use them or whatever. So yeah, I don't know, but make sure to do the survey. Again, it's on the main menu. It's like in the bottom right of the window there. It's like a new survey thing. And I'm like, oh, cool. I don't know if everybody will see that, but I did see it this morning. So I just, gave them my feedback. So we'll see what happens. Don't know if they'll take it or not. But as you can see, the house progressed quite well. We did the primary bedroom, the primary bath, and I used the same vanity technique there, as well as in the little hallway powder room. And now I was just trying to figure out an accent wall for this bedroom. This is the second bedroom, which I kind of stylized very kind of masculine in here. It's kind of dark. There's a games console, the dartboard, which is one of those redeemable login item events I placed here, which is nice to have because the only other dartboard we have came with Get Together. So it's nice to have like a more modern looking one and, some different color swatches besides like the Get Together one, which is kind of more like a bit more like classic and older in how it looked. So that's quite nice. We're putting a little TV and the little game console there, which it was floating for a second there. So I'm like, oh my God, that's annoying. But we do fix that. And then we put a computer and desk guitar here and some clutter. We do come back and kind of clutter up the bedrooms and stuff. I was just trying to get the main feel and flow and furnishings going and trying to figure out curtains for these windows. But I do end up with curtains. I don't remember from what pack. Maybe Eco Lifestyle? Yes, just a bluish color swatch, which was close, very close, but not entirely close to the blue in the pillows. So yeah, and then I was going to go with this rug, which I thought, oh, that's kind of cool because it does kind of match the pillows a little bit, but it was just too much. So we do this sized up, kind of like fluffy rug. I think that's also from City Living. And now we're just kind of cluttering it up. I got rid of the second dresser vanity thing there because I didn't like that the items inside that you saw there kind of repeated. So I felt like we didn't really need it anyway. Like, you know, like the backpack you can see in there and the little shoes and stuff. I just thought that was kind of like, we don't need that. So I do put some other items here and a tall mirror instead, which is, I think I like that better personally. So, and we're back in the primary bedroom doing a little bit more clutter here. And I do clutter up the dresser as well. The potted plant that you just saw me place was also from the Riviera Retreat kit, and I used that in a couple of other places. I think I do end up putting it in the living room space, and I did toy with putting a picture over the bed, but I just didn't like it. So we kind of like size the picture down even further and make it kind of look like it's kind of just sitting here on the dresser. And I'm just finding a bunch of clutter that I want to move downstairs as well, so I don't have to go find it again. So that's what I'm placing on the floor, because I'm not going to use all of those items in here. But I just thought, oh my god, this is like, while I'm zooming past all this stuff, why don't I just grab it out? So yeah, we're almost pretty much finished with the cluttering of this bedroom. And then I go and move some of the stuff downstairs where I want it to be. And kind of finish up down here and clutter up a little bit more. I found this drinks tray, which is also from Eco Lifestyle, but I decided to put it under the staircase there because there really isn't anything under there. And then I was trying this like stacked coffee table, but the like book thing was like floating, and I didn't like the table at the normal size. So we just come back and use the book nook like curved table here, which I thought is really nice. Doing some light switches for decorative purposes. They're not functional, but you know, I think it's pretty cool. I did put them around in most of the rooms. So yeah, just kind of a little bit more realism there. And then this is where I kind of finish up the clutter in the living space as well. I was going to use this like nice fluffy plant, but again, the windows were kind of like clipping through on the inside, so it was just a very strange looking thing. So we end up with the Riviera Retreat potted plant by the front door instead. And this is where I decided to get rid of the fencing because it just, I don't know, it was just too much. Kind of made it feel a little bit cramped over there. And we're using more of the Riviera Retreat Grotto rocks. I kind of made this like feature underneath the back staircase, and then we're going to put in two different waterfalls, the smaller and larger one, and then I'm just going to kind of surround it with rocks and kind of make it look all natural and built in. We do that little like towel stand. I do a fire pit over here using more of the Grotto rocks as well, which I thought is nice. The game was actually kind of letting me place them slightly off lot, so it looked nice. Same thing with the landscaping. The landscaping, it was like, sometimes it was like yelling like, oh, you can't place this off the edge of the lot, but then like it would do it anyway. So I went with it. So why not? A little bit more rocks over here, but I don't really go too crazy on the rocks. I just thought it was kind of cool to have to like walk between them to get to the pool area. And then putting a little bit of the lotions there, which makes it look like sunscreen, and using the new edging from the Riviera Retreat kit, the new pool lights, and the pool ladder, as well as the floaties that your Sims can lounge on. And we use the Get Together watercolor, and the tile and like the floor tile and the wall tile that's in the pool actually comes from the Riviera Retreat kit, which I chose to do in black. Fixing up the chimney now. I was going to do like a staggered thing, but I thought, let's just keep it square. It looks better. It looks nicer. And now we're into the landscaping. I tried to squeeze a bush in there between like the steps and then that front little pillar there, but it wouldn't let me. It kept wanting to snap it like above, because technically, even though the stilts are there, it's not actually like open underneath. So it's basically just like the edge of a foundation. So all of the stuff kind of like decides to like snap up. So you can't really do too much underneath them, unfortunately. So there really isn't too much. I do terrain paint some sand underneath. And this is where the landscape, you can see it was letting me like place it off the lot in some areas, which is kind of nice because it helped me blend the landscaping a bit more, I think. Getting some palm trees in here. I did use a lot of the Island Living palm trees and items here, but not too much. I think it's just a good balance. And there was plenty of lush landscaping around the lot, so I was just trying to match that and make the house feel like it's basically was always here, even though it wasn't. So yeah, Just kind of doing that right now. Yeah, you can see it kind of just let me just continue, which I love that. I kind of wish we could do that just to an extent, you know? I don't want to go crazy and like landscape the whole world, for example, but being able to do some a little bit off the lot is quite nice. Same thing with like paths. Like I'd love to be able to have like proper like sidewalks and stuff, but or somehow tie it in, but you know, I mean this obviously in this world it's all sand, so but even then being able to carry the terrain paint out to match up with the sandy paths would also be nice. But I know like in normal worlds you do get like the concrete sidewalks and stuff where you can kind of like match your house like right up to the edge of it, but in other cases same thing with fencing, like they don't let you put the fencing on the last tile of the lot, so there's always that like one tile gap, which is like oof. But maybe in future Sims games we'll see that, who knows. I would love some flexibility with that. I would basically love to not have like a lot boundary. You just kind of like build a house anywhere, like I don't know, you just kind of pick a plot. Like you would pick a plot, but like, I don't know. Because obviously it would have to know the size of the house and stuff, I guess, somehow, some way. But like, I could always like extend the boundary if I wanted to like carry the house or like further down one side or something, or kind of make like a cool like lot shape where it's like an L-shaped lot or something. That would be really cool. Make for some unique builds too. We do hide the trash can over here behind the bush, and I just thought it was better to put it behind the house because I didn't want to take away from the beautiful front elevation here. Just finishing up the landscaping. We do a mailbox as well, and I did try putting bushes around the side here, but I didn't like how it looked. It just looked too busy with all of it there. And then doing some ceiling painting on the exterior portion. I did try inside, but I just decided to keep with the white ceilings because it just made it look darker, and I feel like the white ceilings just kept it looking fresh and clean and modern. And now we're doing some landscape lighting, just kind of lighting up a little bit to kind of create some nice outdoor lighting for where your Sims will be and kind of hang out. The fire pit is like a really nice little spot. It's like this little cozy corner, and I love the waterfalls and just kind of how that all turned out. I purposely hid some of the lights when I did the landscape lighting, but then some of them I kept showing because obviously just for realism purposes, like you're gonna have landscaping lights visible in some areas, so I just thought it was nice. And then I actually, since I love how these kind of cast the shadows up, I put them on the roof as well. So at night, it just looks so cool on that middle portion there. We are now into the screenshots. I do want to mention this lot is available on the Sims 4 gallery. I don't believe I did mention that, but the gallery listing did pop up at some point during the video. So yeah, it is available on the gallery. It's called Paradise Palms. It's 113,471 simoleons, and I used 17 packs. Not a lot, but enough, I think. Quite a bit, actually. Quite a bit big, like expansion packs mainly. And a little bit of like the stuff packs and stuff. But this is that first floor bathroom. Then we go into the kitchen. You'll see the appliance closet as well. Then we zoom around to the dining room and then upstairs to the bedrooms and out to the backyard space, which I don't know. I really like how this house turned out. You can see the new trash can there. It's a very nice trash can. I like having new colors, and it kind of makes it blend in more, even though it gives your Sims simoleons when you throw garbage away. Like, hello, that's nice. So yeah, this is the upstairs landing. It's opened to below, at least on the one portion, and there's like glass skylights that run down the edge of the ceiling, so that there's lots of natural light. I did the same in the living room as well. At least in one portion, you get a lot of natural light. I really like how this bedroom turned out. It's very nice, I think. Great views out the windows as well of all the tropical landscaping and the water. And the primary bedroom is also beautiful. It's kind of very minimal, but also just white and clean and bright. And the view when you're laying in bed is beautiful. Like, that's just great. This is the small bathroom off the primary as well. Nice little thing, you know, it's pretty basic, just a shower and a toilet. It doesn't need too much. We don't need to always put bathtubs in the primary suite, I don't think. This is the pool, beautiful. You can see those waterfalls. This is a little seating area and another little like fountain there, and then we have the fire pit, and back around to the pool because I just love it so much. But anyway, I do hope you enjoyed the speed build. I do thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.